Welcome to another episode of the Married Game Podcast with the voice you trust when it comes to lust, and we are who you hire when she lacks desire. Most men desire to be free, and today I want to tell you about the 3x3.
Dang, in and out?
Well, yes, in a way.
Okay.
Two guys came into our program almost around the same time. This is a big play of the day, and it's the 3x3, or we might call it the triple play. All right, the 3x3 is simple. Two guys came into our program almost identically around the same time, within 5 to 10 days of each other. Both came to the live event. One man looked you in the eye and just needed to see your reassurance on your face about his situation that he was misinterpreting. And the other one had already or pretty much built up his confidence by the time he came to the event with what had happened in his life. Both dudes, their wives or girlfriends, separated from them. Both dudes had got them back on board, and they both had a lagging of 3 in the same week. Lagging is how many times you went to the bone zone around here. And we had a 3x3. So that is the play of the day, triple play. What do you say? Hey, get your ass to Married Game, or else you are going to feel gay.
Okay.
All right, Jessie
Okay.
Joy. Let's talk about some moves. You got some moves this week.
No, we got some moves.
We got moves. Tell us about the moves.
I want to just tell them our moves on our date nights lately. Some things just to make it like more fun, spice it up. You know, the two people, like we hang out all the time, right? When you go out, you're like, oh, we're just doing this there. Will seem a little boring. So that's something to spice it up a little bit.
Okay, tell us about that spice.
Okay.
Get back in the kitchen, throw out that oregano, and let's spice it up.
Okay. My favorite thing we're doing lately is that we're going to a restaurant that we know the place. So we sit at the bar.
Okay.
That's a little tip. We talk to the waitresses or waiters that we have already met before. That makes it fun, like more interactive.
Yep.
Then also, when we sit at the bar, then we get to know the people next to us. Now it's like a big party. Like we get our talking in as we're eating, we connecting, and then, we start having our drinks flowing. Then we start talking to other people. We're talking to each other. We're like in this little group situation. And then by the time we're like on our way home, you and I are talking about what happened, what they talked about. We were trying to figure out this other couple's like situation, how they got together. They looked fresh, but they're older, and we figured it out pretty good. So we end up asking them and kind of making some friends for the night, and it just was fun.
Yeah.
Then we talk about it, and then that stirs up like this fun conversation between you and I. And we talk about that for like on the way home or the next morning, and just becomes really fun.
It answers that age-old question that the Cheers song used to sing, that people want to go where everybody knows their name.
Yes.
Where everybody knows your name. That one?
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened. That's what's happening. We're going to a spot that we both enjoy the food like crazy.
Yeah.
We love the atmosphere like crazy.
I more love like the atmosphere.
The atmosphere. Well, dude,
I'd rather go somewhere for atmosphere more than food.
But this has both.
Unless it's just you and I, we're going for a quick dinner, it has to be the food.
Yeah.
There's a time.
But this place has both.
Yeah.
I mean, like both. And it's got not just atmosphere in terms of like, wow, this building looks amazing.
Yeah, the lighting's good, the music's good,
And
which
the
is
talent.
very important too.
And there's beautiful human beings crawling around that place that work there and that come in there to visit the place like we do.
Yeah.
And so it's just a visually stimulating, fun, high energy type place.
Right.
And because it's upscale, you tend to meet people, and where it's located, you meet people that think similarly about zero limits life and going after what you want and having abundance and experiencing abundance and deep fulfillment and creation and all these things that like are the things that turn us on in a major way. And you run into them.
Yeah.
We have met in that spot so many cool people, but this is what I'm so excited about. The one lady we met there who we think she's cool as shit, within 30 seconds of her and I talking, we were talking about Neville Goddard.
Oh,
An author I deeply love who's had such a huge influence on the way I see things. That is not what you would expect at a high-end bar where there's a lot of beautiful people. No, that's exactly what I expect, because that's what we attract, because that's who we are. The people that you and I met, we guessed who they were. got down. We got into deep, high consciousness and high awareness type conversations, and it was epic.
Yeah, it was so fun.
Flanked on our left with some people that weren't as highly aware or conscious, but
a unique, fun couple to talk
also
about.
unique
It
and
was
fun
so
as
fun.
well. Yeah, which then gave you and I a lot of fodder to talk about, because you and I love talking about relationships.
Exactly.
Which the guys need to learn. They're thinking, oh yeah, well, your Jesse likes to talk about relationships. No, dum-dum, my beloved brother. Your wife likes talking about relationships just as much, because that's what you guys talk about as much as anything. You and your mom can hit the conversation about relationships. You'll beat that drum every time you guys talk.
Yes. If it's not about ours, hers, ours, it's about someone else's, or what a friend told her that they were going through. I'm like, what do you give them? 5 years? So all the time we always talk about relationships.
So every guy needs to know
Yeah.
that inside his woman is this lust-filled hoe that just wants to talk about what she knows.
Exactly.
So I'm on a roll today, as we can clearly see.
You chugged your coffee. That's
I'm
what
chugging,
happened.
I'm loving, I'm tugging, I'm doing all the big happy things around here. I'm just tugging on these heartstrings of joy, baby. So that's one date.
Yeah.
That was one thing, but talk about the precursor to that led up to that, because it was also a move.
You mean having sex before we go out?
No. As much as I love that, but we didn't have a sitter for what we needed for as long as we needed.
Yeah.
So we said, we have to compromise, but we're still going to get this thing in.
Yes.
We're still going to go this thing. So we decided to do something a little different, went a different direction, beautiful direction, and then the love gods shined upon your husband, who you believe is the luckiest man alive, and I'm the lucky chosen one. And we got the sitter, so we got to go actually where we wanted. But man, we were having the time of our life even before that.
I like to see bands. Not your favorite thing, but we ended up seeing a reggae band.
Oh, you give me
sitting
reggae.
there. We went to another spot and saw like this Irish fiddler. So we bounced around like 3 different spots, and then we got the call from Adrienne saying she'll stay with Jovi.
Yeah.
So we went to the place you really wanted to go to in Newport.
So
We went to
guys,
like 5 different dates in one night.
and that is the move.
Yeah,
So men,
it was
if you're
so
around
fun.
a city where there's multiple spots where you can just park in a spot, valet with somebody, and just kind of bar hop,
Pop
just
in,
pop in,
yeah.
listen to a little music, maybe
Have
get
one
a drink,
one
go to the
appetizer
next-
somewhere.
Go to the next spot. It's whenever you do that, it creates such a bond. Whenever you're entering or leaving a facility with a human being, just you and them versus the world, that bond happens. Some chemical happens, and it's energy. It's energy, and I fucking love it, dude.
Yeah, it was so fun.
So that was a thing we did, and that was simple, but yet to the point. And it was what actually you really wanted. You're like, I want a little live music. I want a little this. Cool.
yeah.
That's not necessarily something that sparks me in a major way, but to see how lit up you get, and then I love reggae. The guy's voice wasn't that great.
It's
and
like
we
a
were
white dude
kinda-
singing reggae. I think it was pretty cool.
I'm not saying it wasn't
I
pretty
liked
cool.
it.
I'm just saying his voice wasn't that great,
I liked
and
it.
he was full of heart and full of soul.
Yeah.
So these types of things, guys, go to multiple spots. Do what she actually wants to do and be interested. And dude, there was no lack of enthusiasm for what you wanted to do, even though it wasn't like my biggest thing. I was like, I'm going to be in it. I'm going to be there, and let's rock and roll. Did you feel that? That's the energy. And then, boom, you get what you want. Bam.
I was like, look at you getting what you want every time.
Always.
Yeah.
Always. So this energy of we're going to go and have a good time no matter what, no matter where we go. It's that same party within the party mentality. And what was so funny is we decided to go cowboy. I went cowboy hat and sunglasses.
Because of the first place we went to.
A little more country.
Yes.
A little more.
So I felt really out of place.
Yeah,
but that's okay. It
Yeah,
was still
but
fun.
you showed all the right parts. You know what I mean? The parts you showed are never out of place, you know?
Thanks.
That
Thank you.
being said, one of the guys we met, he was like, you came in here with your dark sunglasses and your dark cowboy hat and your big muscles. And he goes, but you had the biggest smile on your face. And I figured either that guy, how can he be that happy? He must be really stoned. And then he meets me and he goes, and that wasn't it. I go, no, I was definitely 100% stoned. But that is my
a little
normal,
bit of both.
That is my happy face.
Yeah.
I'm with my wife, who I love, and we love to go have a good time.
Yeah.
So that's the energy of a date night. No matter where you're going, it's like, we're going to show up and we're going to have a good time. And then you create the party within the party. And then you and I bond. And then we get to play that game. That's a brilliant game when you're out. For guys who don't know that game, the game is real simple. Try and figure out what that couple is. How did they meet? How long have they been together? Is that a side piece, or is that long term? What is going on? And then have the balls to kind of create a situation where you can find out if you're right or not.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe that's just us.
I don't know.
Well,
a little tip for the wife though is that we started earlier. So it was like, I don't know, 4:00. So I can be home to put Jovi down because that makes me feel better. So you don't have to like wait till later to have that much fun. You can do all the things in the kind of day, kind of night. And then I put her down. So I knew she was good. She was happy I was home. So
it's
like you can still do everything you want. You can fit it all in. You don't have to have any rules about it.
the simplicity of your statement that sounds like to you and I like, well, of course, duh. I bet you really hit somebody hard.
Aw.
Because that, until you understand that there's no rules, there's no limits, like all you live in is a rule-laden limit in everything. And then when you just get rid of it, you realize, I'm free.
Yeah.
I'm free to be who I'm called to be.
Then you feel free.
Yeah.
And you act free and have so much fun.
The truth shall set you free. And if you are not free, you do not know the truth yet. You ready for a new segment?
Ready.
Okay, this one is, here is what's really happening.
Oh, okay. Let's go.
Jesse and I are taking real stories from couples, the fights, tension, the stuff that feels unsolvable, and breaking them down. We're not just looking at what was said. We're looking at what's really going on under all the emotions, assumptions, and unmet expectations. Because most of the time, the thing you're fighting about isn't actually the thing. And we're going to show you why.
We're going to break it on down.
Break it down. All right, here we go. This is from Dylan K. I make great money. I work 10 to 12 hours a day building a life for us and know I'm providing more than most. But when I get home, it's like none of that matters. She is frustrated, overwhelmed, and says I'm emotionally unavailable. I feel like I'm killing it as a provider but failing as a husband. I honestly don't know how to do both. How do I balance being a high performer at work and still show up the way she needs at home?
She's lacking attention.
Okay, tell us more.
Attention, intention. Him, he's giving it all to work and he comes home and he's like, checked out, right? But it doesn't really end there. She's missing her best friend.
Yeah, what gave you the clue when she says he's emotionally unavailable?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not. This is a big problem for a lot of guys. They don't know how to mix this in. And I'm a highly driven go-getter, have a goal, want to crush life and win everything. I want the peak human experience in every area. And so I understand this guy's drive in a major way. What I didn't understand was the same energy that I put into that, hoping for a great reward or a great return on my investment, that if I also put that energy into you guys and into my relationship and had an identity of a guy who has a great relationship, the reward is actually, it's almost infinite, So I had to switch understanding this guy is in the marketplace trying to sell something, right? He has a solution to some problem, and he's letting the world know about this solution so that they come to him so he can solve their problem. In exchange, he's going to make a bunch of dough, right? Well, that's the same principle that happens in marriage. It's like show up as a giver, show up as the man that is so valuable that the woman would feel like, I would really, really miss this guy, and I would miss who he is. So he just needs to understand that there's daily deposits that they're not actually as big as people think they are. They don't have to be very simple on not a daily, but a semi-regularly daily basis. I'll just send you a text like, I love you. And it's just one little thing. I'm working, I'm doing the thing that I'm doing that's bringing me joy professionally. But those little things take 11 seconds. What would you say to that? Would you add to that? Like, do those little things add up?
Absolutely. If you're not texting me or talking to me all day and you come home and then I'm busy with Jovi, right, or something, like, how are we connecting at all? We should be doing that daily, trying to connect in some kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not just not trying at all.
Yeah, I love that. Beautiful. You just need to understand you can do it. 10 to 12 hours a day of working means you have, if you're working 12 hours a day, let's say you're working from 6 to 6, that means you've got, get 7 hours of sleep, you still have 5 hours to invest. You know, for me, sometimes we hang out and watch a 30 or 45-minute TV show. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we just sit and eat dinner and talk and chat. I asked Jovi all the time. When she was younger, I could make her hang out with me for 30 minutes.
Not now.
Now, it's just an invitation. And a lot of times it's no. Sometimes it's more like an all-day Saturday. I'll get her for 4 or 5 hours and 6 hours and kind of makes up for it. But understanding that there's plenty of time, but it's not so much that there's this big chunk of time you need to pour into them. It's this thoughtfulness. I'm thinking of you. Another great way of doing this is wherever you're at, whenever you're at, send a quick video. Take a quick video. Hey, I'm going to head to lunch with so-and-so, or what's his nuts. And anyway, I was telling the story about what happened this weekend. Love you. Thinking of you. God, this shit takes 20, 30 seconds. It doesn't take any time. It just takes a little bit of thoughtfulness. And the reason why a woman doesn't care if it takes a lot of time is all she wants to know is that we're thinking about you, that we love you, and that you mean something to us.
Yeah.
Like, we actually fucking care about you.
Right.
Kind of like when we were dating and we would hurry up a sales call or get off of a thing or get out of a meeting or text while other people are doing. Like when we were dating, we would do that shit.
Plan a date, actually plan something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, intention.
Yeah, exactly. A great way for a man to solve this is to almost act as if he's single. Just don't assume your wife is going to handle everything, do everything, handle everything. When they do, that's awesome. But ultimately, like, be independent enough that it literally wouldn't matter. And they would feel like, this guy's going to get along with or without me. I want to add to his life.
Exactly.
These are the energies that a lot of men forget. And they act just like such,
entitled.
And just little dodo birds. They're just dodo birding up. No reason to be a dodo bird. Beautiful. Number 2, are you ready for second scenario?
Ready.
Here we go. Our baby's a little over a year old, and honestly, things have not felt right between us since she was born. At first, I thought it was just the newborn phase, no sleep, new stress, but it's been over a year and we still feel disconnected. We argue more than we used to, and she feels cold or distant most of the time. I try to help, I try to show up, but it's like we are roommates. I don't know if this is part of parenthood or if I'm just slowly losing her. Have you seen other couples go through this and after their first kid, or is this a sign of something deeper is wrong? Christian T.
That literally takes me to our old relationship.
Oh, Trevor running the helm?
And just how checked out you were. Like, I was the one. I sent you a video too, because it reminded me a while ago of our old relationship. And like, it just took me right back to, it was me with Jovi taking care of her like all the time. So like, I'm in it.
Yeah.
And you would just pop in, like, give a kiss. Hey, just all free and easy, you know, doing your job, like, all happy, but I'm like consumed, just so consumed. So I wonder if he's helping her because it happened right when they had the kid, if he's doing enough as a father or a husband for her.
Yeah.
And what is her expectation she's not voicing to him? You know, they're obviously not communicating right.
I'm going to take a stab in the dark. I think I'm probably going to hit something. And most likely he's approaching it like, so how are you doing?
Oof.
As a mom, how are you
It's like
doing?
Stabbed me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As opposed to, how are we doing?
Yes.
We're parents now. Holy shit. None of us is getting sleep. We're sharing this load together, and you're carrying more of the burden because I'm working, obviously, but I'm back. How's this little shit that's keeping us up at night? How is she doing? Like, it's an
How's
energy.
our little angel?
Yeah. How's this little shit doing, right? It's an energy that I didn't understand. And it wasn't even so much that I had to be there changing as many diapers or doing anything. It was just like, how are we doing? How is my little family? we're in this together. Holy shit. Hey, why don't you take a couple hours? I'll take the baby, go get a nap. Like she just wants to know, are we actually in this together? Or are you checking in on my new job, watching me drown in my new job and not doing shit about it because you don't know? Which I think is what you were kind of, he's just not aware. I think that's where Christian T is at. I want to put Christian T into becoming a Mr. T.
Such a stressful time.
Like, oh, dude, ooh. Yeah, that is. But this, we were able to overcome a lot of that because I wasn't that great, and clearly we've been able to move past that. But this, I tell guys with young babies like this all the time, like, man, if I could tell you as a man the one area that you want to make sure that you don't look back on with regrets, it's going to be this one. I don't really have regrets with my first kids. I didn't know any better. I was a dodo bird, was not awakened, not enlightened to any of it. Just literally was dumb. Yeah. I was a kid having kids, and guess what? They were kids being raised by a kid. Whatever that does to them or doesn't do to them will be their choice, and they get to go to therapy, hire a coach, and work through all their
just
bullshit,
like we all have.
Just like all of us.
Yeah, exactly.
But with Jovi, it's a little different, and it's the sense of I was awakened. I do know now. I did know now when you guys came back. I was like, right, I need to show up, and from the second I was awake, I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Because I go, oh, no, I understood it now. But if I could go back, I would have loved to have the resume with you. Man, he was a great dad from day one. I wasn't awake. I was a Trevor. I was totally asleep. But as soon as I heard, dude, you actually like being a part of the team is going to make her feel like more of a bond for you, because that's the way it's supposed to be. Yeah, I wish I would have known that.
Yeah.
So I can just tell these guys, and they're either going to listen or not going to listen, but probably not listen.
I hope they listen.
Yeah, a lot of them are listening. Like our 3x3. Let's go. Lagging 3. Here we go. Scenario 3. This is Matt W. A few months ago, I saw my wife texting an ex-boyfriend. Nothing obviously sexual, but the tone felt off. Like they were trying to reconnect on some emotional level. I confronted her and she said, they're just friends and I'm overreacting. Since then, it's been eating me alive. I can't stop thinking about it. I don't trust her the same way anymore. I've pulled back and now I barely even look at her. She senses it and now she barely talks to me. The whole vibe in the house has shifted. Did my jealousy ruin my marriage, or was I right to feel what I felt? Matt W.
Well, I'll work backwards. You have a right to feel what you feel. But why was she at the point of feel like she is texting somebody else? Even if just fun, some kind of attention. Why? The fact that he's pulled back more or got real jealous, maybe angry at times, she's like, see, I knew it. That's probably how she feels. Because she's already like probably checked out, I'm assuming. So this is hopefully a good thing for him, so he can realize what was going on in their relationship, or what was he not doing or doing negatively. So he can look internally. I
agree, but I've got maybe a different protocol that I would go about on handling it. And I would obviously look within. This is an opportunity. If you're texting an old boyfriend and trying to get emotional, clearly you can't share that shit with me. That's probably why you're doing that. So here's what I would do. I would encourage Matt in this situation, or any man in this situation moving forward, to start asking some questions, like, and then sharing his boundaries. So he didn't share his boundaries. I confronted her and I confronted her. That's, I'm like, okay.
Combative, probably.
Yeah. So, hey, tell me about this. I noticed you were texting X. What's that all about? Oh, we're just friends. And see, she said, you're overreacting. She might be hiding something. She probably is. That's my gut feeling. Little sneaky snitch. But
why?
But that being said, if he would have said, hey, what's up with that? Tell me about that. And then he could have said, oh, I'm not comfortable with that. I'm not comfortable with you texting your ex. It just doesn't feel right to me. And out of respect for me, I'd appreciate you not doing that.
Look how calm you are, too. That would be so great if that actually was the case.
Right?
Yeah.
Well, this is
She
how
would
you
be
and
like,
I.
"Oh,
This is how you
shit."
and I share our boundaries with each other.
Yeah.
Hey, this makes me feel uncomfortable. Da, da, da.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I don't want to make you. Oh, I love you.
Right.
So this is why I'm saying this. This is the protocol. The protocol is, hey, what's up with that? Oh, that actually makes me feel uncomfortable. And then she can go, well, I think you're overreacting, and she can disregard
Yeah.
disregard his request. And then he can decide at that point, well, that's interesting. If you know I don't feel comfortable with this, why are you so eager to continue on with this?
Then hopefully they would have the conversation of what they feel like they're lacking in that relationship.
So when it's eating me alive, also tells me he's not sharing his truth. And truth will sit in your belly and burn like gastric acid. And it's trying to get out. Truth is trying to get out. And it will sit in your belly. And that's what's happening to me. He's like, it's eating me alive. What's eating you alive? The question I would ask him if he's sitting in front, what's eating you alive? And he probably can say, well, I need to know. Is it something? Is it that? Should I be worried? And the answer is you should be worried. Why? Because you're acting like this. I don't even care what the fuck's happening with her. The fact that you're acting like this, we have a problem on our hands. And the problem is fucking you.
What did I say?
Right?
Should have listened to me.
But that's the issue.
Right.
Is, okay, so bottom line, what are you worried about? I'm worried that she's cheating. Okay, assume she did. She's a cheater. What next? I'm mad. I'm going to tell her. Blah, 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 blah. Okay, there's a step before that I would like for you to acknowledge if you actually want to grow from this experience and see maybe how you played a part in it, which is where Jesse Joy comes in. Tell him, Jesse Joy, right? Hey, what part did you have in it? Why is she seeking an emotional connection with some other dude, some ex? Obviously, you're not providing it. Let's get curious about that. We've had a situation where a guy, they did get separated. The wife did do something because there was no emotional connection. And the truth of the matter is the dude was like, I don't fucking blame her.
Right.
Shit, like the truth of the matter is I was so neglectful of her. Any soul would be craving any sorts of connection. I can't condone it, but I can understand it. And I get it. And that's what this guy needs to see. So Matt W., we need the W for you to wait and wade into your emotion and start to learn the process, the protocol. People are too quick to jump to conclusions, which only reveals their insecurity and their lack of, their awareness of their lack, meaning they know they haven't stepped up. If somebody showed me that you were emotionally connecting with an ex, I don't know, I wouldn't believe it. I'd be like, there's no reason why this would be the craziest thing on planet Earth for me to think that. Because of, like, every time we talk, we hang out, we're emotionally connecting. Always. I don't know you don't even have time or fucking vocal cords between your mom and Stacy and me. Like, it's not happening. So
right.
The whole vibe in the house has shifted. Yeah, because now you're scared of losing something that you know probably is going to go away, because you haven't really stepped up in the thing. And what ultimately, Matt, when you're going, Keith, okay, so you're saying I'm the problem. The problem is you're not secure and you don't have any proof that you actually have been stepping up in a way that this wouldn't just be unacceptable, it would almost be unexplainable. Right? And that is where most men make a big mistake, because they would see, she did this to me, not knowing or recognizing or aware of the fact of all the things you did to make her feel so neglected that she would want to do that. So this takes a huge amount of awareness. And so we're going to say, Matt, we were rooting for you, bro. This is all on you. And the way you go about it, men, is ask questions. If you don't like something, then just say, you know what, I don't like it. And it won't eat you alive, because you're going to share your truth. And when you share your truth, that's when truth gets shared. All right. Scenario number 4.
Let's go.
My wife left me after 20 years together. She said that I'm not the same man she married, that I lost myself somewhere along the way. Maybe she is right. I don't really work out anymore. I don't surf, hike, or hang out with my friends like I used to. I've just been grinding for our family. I thought that was what a good man does. Now I'm sitting here wondering if I traded everything I love for a version of myself she couldn't even recognize. How do I fix this? Can I ever become the man she fell in love with again? Chris M.
He said maybe she's right and then said all the things he does not do anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And did she ask you to give up all those things?
Mm.
Did she ask you to change who you were and give up everything you love for her? That's what he said. I'm doing this for her, for our family.
Mm.
Probably not.
Yeah.
So how do you fix it? Is that you start doing things that you love to do again. Find some hobbies, find some friends, create a situation where you're excited to go do and are pumped about it.
But this is the lie that every man in our society is bought. I'm going to go make a bunch of money to provide resources for us and then just give up on everything else. And I love what he said. He goes, I thought that was what a good husband does, good man does. That is what our society of man thinks. Mm-hmm. I am producing, I'm protecting, I'm providing. What more do you want from me? Look at how expensive this house is we live in. Look at the cars you drive. Look at what you get being with me. Every dumb fucking idiot on the internet talking like that is so dumb. Mm-hmm. They just don't even get it. Mm-hmm. And the answer is, and her soul is dry because you haven't connected with her. Mm-hmm. So that's what's really happening. So how do you fix it? You find yourself and you do the things that you like, and then you also connect with her in a way that is meaningful to her, whatever that looks like. I'm sure she's told you 100 times. You probably have to go back and ask because you weren't listening, clearly. And when you've lost yourself, it means that she sees you're no longer leading yourself, so therefore she does not want to be led or be a part of anything you're a part of. You know, have you ever been on a hike with a bunch of people and some people go, I think this is the way. And you're like, I wouldn't listen to you for anything, especially this. Yeah. That's how a wife feels once her husband's lost his way and he's longer. Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's soft. Mm-hmm. He's solo. He doesn't surf. And he's been slaving away, grinding for the family. And yet he's sitting there wondering, did he trade it all? Can you fix it? Yes, Chris. Follow what we said and go to marriedgame.com. We'll help you there. Scenario number 5. Every time I try to talk to my wife about how I'm feeling, really talk, she blows up on me. She gets defensive, changes the subject, or acts like I'm attacking her. I'm not trying to fight. I'm trying to open up. I'm not great at this, but I'm doing my best to be vulnerable and honest. And it feels like I get punished every time I try. So now I'm at the point where I don't even want to bring anything up. How am I supposed to get through to her when being vulnerable just makes things worse? Brian H.
All I heard was always and never, and she always and every time, and I'm assuming he's not communicating well, and he's probably saying, you always do this. Why are you not doing this? You know, just by hearing that. So I would think he has to change his communicating style into, I know I haven't been showing up. I want to be here. I think we should be a good team. I feel like, more of taking accountability.
We hear this a lot, don't we?
Yeah.
Brian, you're not alone. You're not alone. A lot of guys feel this. Every time I talk to my wife about how I'm feeling, really talk, she blows up on me. She gets defensive, changes the subject, or acts like I'm attacking her. I'm not trying to fight. I'm trying to open up. I'm not great at this, but I'm doing my best to be vulnerable and honest, and it feels like I'm getting punished every time I try. So now I'm at the point where I don't even want to bring anything up. How am I supposed to get through to her when being vulnerable just makes things worse? So
I wonder how vulnerable he's being too.
Yeah.
Like, if you get real vulnerable, no one's going to be like, you're lame. Like, why are you feeling like that? Hopefully no one.
Well, he feels like the victim right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So no matter how vulnerable a victim gets, no one ever wants to help them. Victims are disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
Like when a person claims they're a victim, not an actual victim of like a
Right.
crime or something, but like,
In a fight like this.
she blows up on me. She gets defensive, changes the subject, or acts like I'm attacking her. Usually a person will only do that to another person if they don't actually respect the person that is delivering the news.
Mm-hmm.
So that's true. She's probably feeling attacked most likely because you're telling her about, well, you said every time I talk to my wife about how I'm feeling, let's just say he feels neglected.
Mm-hmm.
Getting defensive for her would probably sound like something like, well, I feel neglected too.
Mm-hmm.
And what about that last time? Change the subject. And then says something effective like, why do you always bring that up? I told you I'm working on that. Something like to that effect.
So they're both doing it.
Yeah. I think,
Yeah.
Yeah. I just don't think guys know how to do this. I'm going to say what I think the big shift in energy in any relationship is. I'm watching this couples therapy thing on, I think it's either Instagram or Facebook. And it has this lady who's a therapist talking to the couples, and the couples will talk. And they're sneaky because the clips don't finish, but you can tell what's happening. But it hooks me every time. I could get lost in there for an hour and just like piece all these puzzles together. And I actually really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm noticing is that both people are so hurt because they can't convert the other person to their side. And they're not getting what they want, and they can't convince them or convert them to do what it is that they want. And they don't know how to get it, so they damn near give up and go within and then start to hurt back because they don't know what else to do.
Mm-hmm.
And you just see this vicious cycle. So this guy goes, I feel like I'm a ghost in the house. And her immediate response is, well, I feel like I'm a robot. How is anybody supposed to feel heard that if I tell you something, you immediately tell me, I've been bad at this. Well, I've had to really work on this. I don't even know that I'm great at it yet, but clearly our relationship's pretty fucking good. So we must be both pretty decent at this shit at this point. That being said, these types of conversations go back and forth, where you can tell the other person isn't really taking any accountability for what the other person is saying. They just are hearing long enough to prove them wrong, and here's why I'm right.
Yeah.
And that seems to be the energy back and forth. Well, I hear you, which means now I'm glad you're done. Thank you for shutting up.
That's exactly what it means.
I want to talk.
Yep.
As opposed to, so how can somebody get past this, and how do they get over this? Because that's what's really happening is they're at a stone wall. They're blocked. They're at an impasse. They don't know where to go from here. Both people feel hurt. And fuck, that sounds like a lot of people I know, and it sounds like us not that long ago.
Mm-hmm.
This year has been pretty drama-free of that, and almost zero big escalation. I don't think any big escalation, just a couple little, whatever
things.
But I think that comes from both energies of, I want to hear what you're saying.
Exactly.
And it might hurt my ego because I might think it's wrong. But if you're telling it to me, this is your experience. And if I don't, here's the other thing is because I do the work and I just keep my scores, and you are constantly growing and exposing yourself to new things, there's an energy about us that goes, I could probably do that to you. I could see myself doing that to you. And if you're telling me that, then shit, my bad. I don't want to do that to you. But I have a baseline over here of work, of actual principles and standards that I know I'm supposed to live by, that I know that, oh, the only reason you're feeling this is because I didn't hit my standard, which now takes all the defensiveness off of me. I just go, oh, no, I didn't hit the standard. That's my bad. That's 100% my bad.
I'm like, oh, good.
Like, fuck, yeah, he realized it.
Yeah.
For example, if you and I didn't have sex for a week, you would be like, fuck, I'm not hitting my standard. Like, I can't believe my husband would have to wait a week to do this. Like, that would be
you wouldn't wait a
thing.
week. Yeah.
I know, I'm saying, but like if that was, you kept dipping and dodging and doing whatever, you know what I'm saying? It would hopefully be like the person that this is living below the standard would be able to recognize and go, damn, I'm not living at my standard. And that is the energy that I noticed missing from all those clips that I were watching, and almost all of this here in these cards is a person that doesn't have the energy that says, I don't even know if I'm living at my standard. They don't even know what the fucking standard is. But when you actually learn, this is the attractive standard. If you dip below it, no one's going to like you.
Yep.
Most guys have no idea what the standard is. But once you learn what the standard is, this is why when they come through our program, they go, dude, I can't unsee what you've taught me. I can't unhear it, because we're like, this is the standard. And you fucked this standard off so long that you're not even close to it anymore, that your lady is just like, how in the world could I be with this guy who's so below my standard? And I go, you want to know what that fucking feels like? How many of you guys have driven a really nice car? Almost everybody that works with us has. Awesome. Now you get to go back and drive a 1984 fucking Corolla with the paint chipped off, and you get to go drive it for the next 3 months. That's how your wife feels being with you.
Dang.
It's embarrassing. It's fucking uncomfortable. It's horrible. And the energy with all of this is, how do I get her to change? Has to go, dude, am I really all those things? Fuck. Sounds like I need to go to work on myself. Go develop a metric to figure out whether you fix the thing or not. So that way you can come back and go. If somebody said, Keith, you're fat, I would be like, that's fucking hilarious. I can take my shirt off right now and prove to you I'm not. There's a metric that's established that makes me not go, why aren't you converting to my opinion? This is fucking, it's like men have lost their power. It's really pissing me off.
Yeah.
In the sense of, how can a man be so blind to not fucking see this, that he's just dipped below the standard? Everything is about that. So you can get vulnerable. Here's what a real vulnerable man goes. We both set a standard. We both have an expectation. And for some reason, you haven't been hitting it the last 3 or 4 weeks. What's happening? What's going on? Are you okay? Is everything off? What have you? As opposed to you never.
I hate that.
I'm just being vulnerable. No, you're not, is what the real thing is. Vulnerable is, our relationship isn't the way I hope, and I recognize that I am a major, major contributor to that. In your opinion, why do you think we have a hard time communicating?
Look, now they're both talking instead of just pointing the finger. Actually, what I think what's extremely important is the person to bring up their grievance is the person that the other person shouldn't interrupt. They had the courage to bring it up, so let them talk.
Yeah.
Just let them talk. That's just even a little tip you can do.
Yeah.
Once they feel heard, they'll probably ask you some questions.
And let them talk and repeat it back to them. Hey, is this what you're saying? Just want to make sure I got it right. That's salesmanship 101. Am I hearing this correct? No, you're not. I didn't say that. Oh, well, what did you say?
Yeah.
Oh, you're actually asking to see what I said? This is beautiful. You ready? Next scenario. The kids moved out a few months ago, and ever since then, it feels like I don't exist to my wife. We have the house to ourselves now, but she barely even looks at me, let alone touches me. No intimacy, no flirting, no connection. I thought this chapter would bring us closer. Finally, some time for us, but it feels lonelier than ever. I don't know if she is depressed, checked out, or just done with me and doesn't want to say it. What's going on, and how do I even begin to bring this up without making it worse? Joseph B.
Usually when people write questions or they're asking somebody else, what do I do? The way they say it is exactly how they should tell their wife.
That's such a truism.
So that question, he's like, I don't know if you're checked out. Are you more depressed? Is it me? Exactly say that to her. Just like that. You'll get your answers.
He could say this whole thing to her.
Exactly.
If he didn't lose his emotional control and make an attack. Here's how I would do it. I've noticed that we have no intimacy. We don't flirt, and we have almost zero connection. I would have thought this chapter of us being empty nesters would have brought us closer together. I noticed that we are further apart. Why do you think that is? Before I even asked, hey, are you depressed, checked out, or just
like,
done with me?
Stop guessing. Just ask.
Just ask.
Yeah.
What, in your opinion, why do you think this is that way? And then she'd be like, if she says, well, everything's fine. What are you talking about? Then he can then, with his big boy voice, say,
Yep.
Oh, do you want no intimacy, no connection, and all this? Is this what you want for her? And she might say, I've been waiting this my whole life. To which then he can reply, this made up scenario that continues to keep going. But this is what is happening in a guy's mind.
Mm-hmm.
And he is going to say something to the effect of, okay, well, if that's what you want, then I get to share in my big boy voice. That's the exact opposite of what I wanted. I thought we'd be having way more alone time together, sex, hanging out, all the things.
Well, they obviously haven't expressed their expectations.
Yeah.
And also what has been going on for years
Well,
that
yeah.
she hasn't shared. So that's just all the underlying stuff.
Yeah.
And then now it needs this conversation.
So here's the timeline.
Mm-hmm.
Our guy listens. Joseph B. listening. Joseph, listen up. You can just go here and say it just the way I told you. And then she's going to tell you everything that you've done wrong. And your ego is going to hurt. And you're not going to know what to do with yourself. And you're going to think, how can this all be my fault? And I want you to remember my words in your ears. You are the problem. At least 95% of it. And probably 100% of it. Because if your girl is no longer giving you intimacy, she's no longer flirting with you, and she's no longer connected to you, that means she's not attracted to you. It means she doesn't mean that she doesn't feel like she is safe around you. She can't talk to you without you getting defensive and all these other things. So, that being said, whatever she tells you, she's probably right. And unless you know for sure that she's not, which I don't know how you will unless you go take our test at thetrevortest.com, thetrevortest.com, to go find out how good of a husband are you really. In fact, all you guys should do that, thetrevortest.com, TRVOR test.com, and you can get your actual grade of how good of a husband you are. When you, like 85% of people, get a C or lower, then you'll understand why there's no intimacy, no flirting connection, and then you get to work on you, and then she'll come back in because she'll be like, wow, this guy's a provocateur. So that's how it's supposed to work.
You weren't throwing the other one, so I don't know where you're at in the role.
We're back here. We've made our final round here, Jesse.
Do you want to explain what the Trevor test for new listeners, Trevor, means?
Yeah, thank you, Jesse. Why don't you? Do you want to explain it?
Sure. So we've had many levels of our relationship, and when I left you and came back, I had to separate our old relationship.
Yeah.
To move on from it, to let all that go, to know that you were trying, you're someone different, right? So I named you Trevor. The old relationship is Trevor.
Yeah.
For some reason. Then we even had
No, there's a reason. You said I have to pick the most douchey name on planet Earth.
Or basic douchey, whatever I said.
Yeah, you said Trevor.
Trevor. So that's Trevor.
Yeah.
Then we had a relationship kind of in between. Not that we broke up, but it just still wasn't there. We're still figuring out a lot of things. And, you know, we grow so much. So we've been together for so long. So you kind of have a middle Keith guy. Mm-hmm. And then our new relationship is my side piece, Sancho.
Your Latin side piece, Sancho.
You're Sancho now.
So I was Trevor, totally selfish, not showing up, radically neglecting Jesse. We got back together, and I was applying these principles, but still new and learning them. And,
Very clunky.
And not great. But eventually there came a point about 4 years ago, 3 years ago, when you said, no, about 4 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. Either way, you said, you know what, you're not just Keith anymore. You're not Trevor, you're not Keith. But I feel like you're my Latin side piece. I'm going to call you Sancho.
Yeah.
So Sancho it is. That is the energy of a Latin lover, a guy who actually identifies himself as somebody who shows up for his wife and cares about romance, et cetera, et cetera. So Trevor is the old guy. So you can take a test to see if you're a Trevor. These situations are happening to Trevors. And you might be a Trevor. We have two things around a married game. You can't be a Trevor and you can't be a Chaz. So that being said, if you're figuring out, hey, what the hell is going on? How do I do this? I want to remind you that this is not Keith the fuckboy coming in and teaching you fuckboy techniques to insert into your marriage and hopefully you can get your wife to like care about you. That's not what this is. What you're witnessing and who you're listening to is a guy that from 15 years old till about 26 read the New Testament Bible once a week, and I cared so deeply about loving and wanting to serve my Creator that I became a pastor of a church, but found myself trapped in there, and the things that I was actually desiring, I could not experience in that container. In fact, I only found death and shame and guilt and hiding in that container. It took me leaving that container to discover the truth of how this whole thing actually works and how to get what my deepest heart desire was, which was to marry my best friend who I thought was hot as fuck and that actually loved me, wanted me, and desired me. I wanted that since I was 15. I thought I was going to find that through religion and all this, only to realize that I couldn't and I didn't, but I found it outside of it. So now I'm back saying, yeah, I still think Jesus is cool as shit. And you're fucked because you are not willing to tell the truth. And I had to go through this long-ass journey to discover who I was and discover what the truth was so I can come back and go, hey, guess what? There's actually a map to get your wife to love you again. You don't have to leave your religion. I don't give a shit what religion you are. I don't care. But I do know this. Truth is truth across all religions, and every walk of faith has come through our program. And those men, probably like you, we're wanting one thing, to be set free, to finally find the love of your life that actually loves you, for you to be authentically, openly who the fuck you actually are, and to be loved for that. And that is the freedom that we talk of. That is the freedom we speak of. And that is the freedom we offer to you. Married Game isn't just about some moves to get your wife to want to suck your dick. These are moves to help you actually care about who the fuck you are again. Go after what's in your heart, to be set free the way you were made to be set free, and to watch your wife be super stoked to be married to you because you're a man who tells the truth, lives the truth, and expects it from those around you. So if that's what you actually want, to have a life filled with love and joy and peace and be on the path that you know your heart's called to be on, you go to marriedgame.com. You tell the rest of the world, fuck off, I don't have what I want. I'm going to listen to the man who does have what I want and who's written the code and the path to getting to with this lovely lady right over here, Jessie Joy, who woke my world up when she said, hey, my life would be better without you in it, motherfucker. And that's what your wife would probably want to say to you as well. So, that being said, you can get it all back and you can get it better than you've ever had it if you go to marriedgame.com now. And as always, keep crushing it, or like most of you aren't crushing it. That shit is contagious.